Hi, Stacy here with Bluebird Paper and Thread. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is Saturday, October 28, 2023. If you are joining me for the first time, welcome. This is a channel where I talk about my hobbies, which are cross-stitching, card making, paper crafting. I like to do cards, treat bags, gift card holders, those kinds of things. Quilting, maybe at some point. I do like to sew, so eventually that will make its way in to the video when I have a little bit more time. If you are a new subscriber, welcome. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. Make sure that you've rung the notification bell so that you know when I upload a new video. I really do appreciate you subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who've been with me for a while, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate you. This week went by pretty fast. Work, I got a lot done. I am working on our website at work, and that was the focus this week, was writing a section. There's one section that has many pages to it, and I need to kind of figure that out. And we finally came to an idea of what we wanted it to be, and so now I'm doing the writing for it. So that's taken up a lot of time, and it eats through the day. I mean, I'm when you write for 8 hours straight, it makes the day go by fast. So that's good. The only bad thing about it is the other things are starting to fall behind. Isn't that always the way? Other than that, everything's been pretty quiet. We're getting into our fall routine, so work is going okay. Today, the weather, I've got the door shut, so you should not hear a lot of noise from the outside. It's windy. We are starting our first, I think they said our first Santa Ana of the season. So what happens is the wind blows out towards the ocean, over the mountains, and into the Los Angeles basin, and with it comes allergies for many of us, and I am one of those that suffer from that. So I've had a headache once or twice this week. Once I almost stayed home for it, but I took some medicine. I thought, let me just go to work. I can always come home, and I was able to keep it at bay and actually stay at work for the full day. Today it's gnawing, kind of like right here in my nose, like behind my eyes, a little bit of that sinusy thing. So we'll see how long I last out here in my craft room today. The goal today is to start working on my Christmas cards. I have quite a few Christmas cards that I'd like to make, and so the goal this weekend, starting today, is to actually pull all the supplies and start working on them. So we'll see. Stitching this week, didn't get a ton done, but I think that's because I have a finish. I have a couple finishes. Two of them are very small, and one of them was the bigger one, the weigh-in, the September weigh-in. So that one is done. It's not a full finish, but it's a stitchy finish, so I'm happy about that. I have just one thing came in the mail. I've been trying not to order, and this week I kind of fell off the wagon a little bit. And I ordered a few things from different things. I ordered for paper crafters, you'll know Simon Says Stamp, and they are doing their crafty box, and they have a $50 box and a $150 box. The $50 box will give you $100 in product. The $150 box will give you at least $300 in product, and the net proceeds are going to go to the Huntington Disease Society of America, the Columbus, Ohio chapter. So I went ahead and just before I hopped on, I ordered a $50 box. I believe I did that last year, and I was pretty happy with the supplies that came in. I think I only had one or two duplicates of what I already had in my stash. One was a paper pad. Can never go wrong with extra paper. And the other one I can't remember. It was a year ago. But I do like to try to do those if I can when they pop up, because the proceeds go to a good cause. Last year I watched a video, and last year she raised through the crafty boxes $300,000 for this society. So it is a major contributing fundraiser for them. Working in the nonprofit industry myself, that's huge. That really is, that would be life-changing for us. I'm sure that the Huntington Disease Society, or Huntington Disease Society of America, probably a little bit better funded than we are, but you know, it's still, it's huge when you've got a fundraiser that can pull that kind of money in. So this year they've got more of the $50 boxes that will be prepared to go out. So hopefully they will make more money. That would be great. So that'll be coming in the mail. I got notification yesterday that my stitching season's winter is gonna be mailing out, so that will probably be here next week. And I'm still waiting for an order from Annabella's, but I think it's because there's a chart that hasn't been officially released yet that's coming in. That I'll have to double check that one. And then maybe a couple of the clubs that I have are going to be dying down, so we'll see. We'll see. I didn't do a ton of shopping, but I did a little bit. Anyways, let's get on with the finish. Two finishes. When my head hurts, but I can still do stitching, I can't work on the smaller count fabrics. So I pulled out my Autumn Days ornaments by It's So Emma and the Fat Quarter Shop. And I finished these two up, the pumpkin pie and the mushroom and the green apple. So that was fun to get those finished. And then I started, well, I did start another one, and I continued to work through on others that I have started. So what I do is when I'm finished with one color, if there's still floss on my needle, I go to the next design and I work on it. So this is the Autumn Latte. So I was able to get the leaf done in the middle and start working on the mug. So that was a new start, I think, this week. And I was able to add a few stitches in for the pie. I think it's the pumpkin pie. So I finished the pie top and I started in on the green. What is this one called? Hot apple pie. So that one got worked on, and the fresh made jam, was able to put some stitches in on that and start that. The pine cone, I added the red. And I think that's it. The only two that I have left to start is I Love Fall. And I think it's a tree leaf or something. Colorful Fall Color. Colorful Fall Color. A tree with the fall leaves. So if I can continue working on these, especially since, you know, it's going to be windy for a few days here, I probably won't be feeling super hot. I will put some more time in on these. I would like to get these done before Thanksgiving so that I can put them up. Honestly, I'd like to get them done sometime next week. That probably realistically will not happen unless I make this a primary stitch. But I would like to have them up so I can finish them off, swap out the patriotic ornaments for these, and keep them up until it gets a little closer to Christmas. Then, of course, I have to finish the Christmas ornaments. They're nowhere near to be ready to be finished. So those might actually have to wait. We'll see how far I get on those. I'm stitching this with a called for floss. I did purchase the floss pack to go with it. And I also got the 25 count even weave in parchment. So, called for fabric, called for floss, and of course I bought the finishing pieces to go with it. The little tart tins, the sticky circles, and I think I have the ribbon. The next thing that I finished was September. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. Priscilla, and it's not ironed yet, so you'll just have to, it's got a big crease in the middle of it. Priscilla and Chelsea from Stitching with the Housewives did a video this week showing how they finished it, the boards for the monthly weigh-in piece, which is this one. I haven't done much more with this yet. Still need to varnish it. Haven't done that yet. But they did a video, so and they gave the measurements, so I need to go back and write the measurements down because that'll make it really easy. So when I finish these, if I just, the next time I do board finishing, I can just finish it on the boards and get them ready to go. I won't have to worry about it again. But look, he's so cute. I'm not one for scarecrows, but look at how cute he is. This one is very stitch heavy, I've come to realize. And then this is the September, the month topper. I love it. It's so cute. I don't know, there's no words. Really, really cute. I enjoyed, you know, when I first came back to cross stitching, I was looking at their things and I thought, gosh, that's a lot. It's a lot of busy work. And then I think I was watching somebody and they were feeling the same way until they saw some of their pieces done in person. And I thought, you know, that might be true. And I think I stitched a small piece of theirs. And then this came out and I ordered this set. And I thought, you know, I'm kind of liking their style. I watched their video this week. It came out this morning. And they have a newer series that they're working on. Something strippers. And it's not what you think. They're small stitches, very narrow, probably a very quick stitch, and they have a really cute finishing board that fits them perfectly, tall and narrow with a little bit of a embellishment on the top of the board itself. You can add picks and things like that to the top or the bottom, whichever you choose, and snappy strippers or something like that. I don't know. But I've liked every single one that they have shown, and so now I think I need to go and get the ones that they have. I think they'll be a quick stitch. And I need to buy the board, just a cute tall thing to tuck in the shelf somewhere would be really, really cute. So I'm kind of hooked on the stitching with the Housewives stuff right now. Glad I got this done though, which meant I could start December. Let me see. I think I have I don't know why it's taking me so long. Sorry guys. I am struggling. Does this have the front? No. I know it's here. Huh. You know, I'll find it the minute I sit down to work on this again. Anyways. I don't know where it went. But I'm working on the monthly weigh-in for December. I figured if it takes as long as it took me to do September, by the time December rolls around, I'll have this one done. But it's super cute. It's got Santa and a reindeer and some gingerbread people and a tree and a wreath at the top. Really cute. So I started it. And I don't think I worked on this a lot, but I worked on it a couple of evenings, maybe just 2 evenings, and I made myself stop. But look at how quickly this is working up. And I love the colors. The photographs do not do it justice, really. I figured if I started with the scale, this is the heaviest stitch area, most heavily stitched area with the most stitches. And I thought if I start there, trees are fun, gingerbread men are fun, reindeer are fun, you know, it might go a little quicker. If I can get this done early November, which could potentially happen, I thought it would be fun to start the November one. If I could get the November one done and up by November, that would be great. This one's a little bit more stitch heavy though. So it might be one that I stitch on until January comes in and kind of work on it in the interim. But I love it. It's so cute. I'm so excited to get it worked up. And I think it will come right along. This comes from Fat Quarter Shop. And they send the floss out with it. So each one comes with the appropriate colors for each design, and you get enough floss for each design. The September one had bamboo in it, and I used every last bit of that bamboo. I think I might have a partial length of 2 strands, maybe 10 inches left. It used all of it. So they're really good about making sure that you have enough. And then I went ahead and I purchased the called for fabric, which is coffee tea dyed Monaco. I think it's tea-dyed Monaco. Anyways, a finish and a start. Last night, I put some time in on Autumn Quaker by Primrose Cottage. And I am stitching this on 40 count Newcastle linen in the colorway Earth. By Fiber on a Whim. And this is where I am at. So I worked on this last night and I was able to finish this motif, and I started on this one down here. I am using Weeks Dye Works Daylily for the floss. My goal is to get this one stitched before Thanksgiving. Honestly, it's really hard to see the holes in this fabric. Even when I had an extra light around my neck, it's hard to see, and so I'm not sure. And I get frustrated because for me, 1/1, when it's this kind of a pattern, it doesn't, I don't know, I think it could look better. I think I could do a better job stitching it. So I get a little frustrated when I have trouble seeing the holes and I can't get it to line up properly. So I got to a point and I'm like, I'm done. I was having trouble counting, and so I put that away and I pulled out something else, and just the way it goes sometimes. But it would be fun to have this done. I do, by Thanksgiving, I do want to make this into a pillow finish. I am thinking of maybe trying to find some Lady Dot Creates velveteen for the back. I think that might be really pretty in an orangey color. And the trim, maybe a chenille or a pom-pom trim. I haven't decided. I don't think I want to do rickrack, although this one's finished really, it's super cute. And then Primrose Cottage, I watched their video and this week, and they released a Christmas one, and it's really cute. So I think I might have to pick up the Christmas chart, and it's all red. So it's red and white, and I think I need to find a red floss and start working on that one. So I'm contemplating that. You know, I am trying not to buy a bunch of crafty supplies. It's not going so great. I wanted to put some time in on falling. This is another one of those, if I can get it done, I'd like to have it up by Thanksgiving. It's actually stitching up a little bit faster than what I was anticipating. I'm using the called for flosses. It's really pretty fall palette. And I'm stitching this on stitching this on 40 count platinum linen by Zweigart. And there we go. So I was able to finish most of this border. I still have a couple. What I did is I stitched, I don't know if you can see, I've got a couple of half stitches there. That's at every 10 stitch mark on the pattern, so that I can easily count where I'm at. And so I was able to finish most of that all the way down to, you know, to here. I didn't finish the last two. And then I started in on the leaves and those two pumpkins. And they're really cute. I'm liking it a lot. So this one will probably come out again this week because I got all of this done and this finished in one evening. So I felt like it was a good use of my time, and I might have even put this one up at some point to work on something else. So that one's moving along. I would like to have this one done. I don't have much fall for stitchy stuff finished, so I'd like to really work on that this year. And I know I'm not going to get everything done that I've got started, but it would be fun to have a couple of these things done. And I'm starting to feel like it's fall, and we're getting close to Halloween. And when we're getting close to Halloween, I start thinking about Christmas, and I usually like to craft something for my mom and my sister and myself for Christmas. I don't know if I'll get to that this year. This year, my work duties are different, so I'm a little busier. But I start thinking about it at this point in time. My cousin wants me to make him something that he asked for last Christmas, and every time I see him, he's like, "Where are they?" I'm like, "It's July." So I want to finish that because he's actually going to pay me for that. So I want to get that done, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'd like to do something. So I start thinking about it, and then that got me thinking today, maybe I need to start thinking about holiday stitches. So I didn't pull out Christmas per se, but I did pull out Polar Plunge series. I've got all of the charts, and I had started working on Wally the Walrus, my hands-on design. This series was, I think, proceeds were going towards Special Olympics in Sioux City, Iowa, I believe. I think Sioux City is in Iowa. This was working up so quickly when I worked on it last that I thought, okay, these should be pretty quick to stitch. So let me work on these and put these into the rotation, and maybe I can have them done and fully finished before we get too close to Christmas. So that, I think, is my goal. I have all 6. I did have to do some frogging last night. I chose to stitch this. The fabric that they stitched it on was Polar Plunge. I chose Fabrics by Stephanie Frozen Fractals, linen, 32 count. And it's a beautiful linen with blues and greens and purples. And so I had misjudged on the flippers. So I had to take most of this out and all of the white out. I had almost all the white done. And I took that out, and so I fixed the flippers last night. I fixed the white. I restitched the white, and I started on the tree. And it's so much fun. This one really is a fun stitch. So called for flosses. I don't think this was a kit. I think I just pulled these myself. I mean, they're called for, but I think I just put it together myself. And there's the colors for all of them. So, and actually, depending, this Key Largo might not make the cut. I might have to find something different. We'll see where that one's used. It's very, very similar to the fabric color. 2/2. I will be finishing these as photographed here, just a different paper on the back, which is why I picked the different fabric. But I already have the rickrack, And I decided to do iridescent rickrack. I thought that would be really pretty since it's on Frozen Fractals and it's the Polar Plunge series. I thought it would look a little icy. So I don't think I'm going to hang these on the tree. I have a garland idea. I'm not really sure if that's what I'm going to do with them yet. We'll have to see. But it's the thought process that I'm kind of going through when I work on this. And I think that's all I got done. Haul. The next installment of Beach Boardwalk came in. I haven't worked on this in a while. So I'm just collecting the patterns and dropping them in the bag, and I'll probably pick this up again after Christmas because I will want this done before we get to summer again. So this came. That was really the only thing. Not really. I have been working on something, and I think it's gonna come through. I believe I'm adopting a dog next weekend, not on Saturday. We went and looked at him a week ago Thursday night. Fell in love with him. He came from a backyard breeder situation. The breeder could not get rid of, I say get rid of like it sounds so awful, but sell or do whatever he was going to do with all of the puppies. He only was able to offload a couple of the puppies. And then he had mom and dad and 3 puppies that were the size of adult dogs on his property, and he got overwhelmed. So the gal that I got this from took the 3 puppies, 2 girls and a boy, and I am taking the boy. So I had him neutered, and they said, do you want to take him home or do you want to keep him here for the 2 weeks? Well, because we have Chanel, which is the baby kitty, I said I'd like for you to keep him for 2 weeks, just because I don't want him to get riled up, and it's going to be a challenge to integrate everybody together when we do bring him home, that I would like for him to be healed before I bring him home. So it's been 1 week, and next week I should have him, all things going. So his crate is in, his dog bed is in. A gal at work made me a dog toy for him. So I'm getting excited. If he's here next week, you will see him. I will make sure to bring him up. He is a German Shepherd, and he's 6 months old and 75 pounds. He's gonna be a big boy. So I'm really excited. We will keep our fingers crossed that all works out and that we can make this his permanent home. So that's what I've been working on. I think that's it. I think it's going to be a short video this week. Not a whole lot got accomplished because I finished September, and that took a chunk of time. Thank you for joining me today. I really do appreciate you stopping by and watching the video. Please, if you have not done so already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, like the video, comment on the video, share the videos. It all helps to move the content out into the YouTube world, and I do appreciate that. I do have goals. I have been working also behind the scenes on those goals, and it's going to be a long process. I am not in a hurry to get what I want done, but I have been working on it a little bit every week. So eventually I will be ready to talk about that in a little bit more detail. But the YouTube channel plays a big part in that plan or thought process or whatever. So all of the things that you do help. Thank you. I guess that's it. Have a great Halloween. We are going to be pretty quiet. I'm not sure what we're doing. We probably won't do anything. If we do anything, it may go to my mom's. I haven't decided. I think it just depends on what happens at work Monday, if I feel like I'm going to be able to make it there by Tuesday. We'll see. But we usually quiet. We don't have a ton of trick-or-treaters, so we don't even turn the light on because I buy all this candy and I give away 5 pieces, so I don't even turn the light on. Although our neighborhood is starting to turn over and we have a lot more young families with young children, so that could potentially be different this year. I don't know. I don't think we're going to be handing out candy. We'll see. But anyways, have a great Halloween. If you celebrate, have a great beginning of November, and I will see you next week. Bye. Happy stitching.